8:24 a.m. here on the East Coast. Alright. Just gonna start my session with invoking as usual. And my invocation timer's ready. Go ahead and start it. $15-minute timer. I don't know, probably next week I'll get back into doing campaigns. I'm not sure. Yeah, another one of my PSN friends, he had got banned permanently for quote unquote suspicious activity on his account. I don't know if y'all heard in my other stream when I was talking to him, but what was going on was he was switching to a DPS tank, a paladin DPS tank, and he was switching out his Azure enchantments, for a little bit more power or whatnot. And, he was selling them, for market value on the trade house and things like that. And, he buys a lot of Zen. And they banned him permanently due to suspicious looking activity. So what he did was he sent them screenshots of all the Zen purchases he made. Then they turned around and they suspended his account for 7 days. So instead of a permanent ban, he got 7 days. Which, after him showing them proof, and them still suspending his account, that's kind of like not wanting to, accept responsibility for, the course of action that you shouldn't have took. And I'm pretty sure if they would have looked at his account, they would have seen all that. So I'm pretty sure customer service can pretty much access, all parts of data to your account. So if there's suspicious looking activity, first thing they should have did was look at past and current Zen purchases. So, and it wasn't like he was selling stuff, low value things for a lot of Astro Diamonds. He was selling things at market value. For the most part, usually when, people are buying Astro Diamonds and things like that, they put up an item that's worth, very little for high amounts. And then the people who they bought the Astro Diamonds from, purchase it from them. But, yeah, customer service doesn't seem to be, investigating accounts appropriately, before they, pass judgment. But yeah, situations like that, I mean, they can make or break you. Especially somebody that's, binds in, faithfully. So, mm-hmm. Well, here I am getting banned from botting, and all I do is play efficiently. I mean, hmm. Make sure he was in here. One Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi, four Mississippi, five Mississippi, six Mississippi, seven Mississippi, eight Mississippi. Oh, can they do that? Got about 8 minutes on the invocation timer. Can you switch on right now? I hope so. Turn the fan on. Oh, Gotta be careful sometimes. It will get you. There we go. For 7 hours, 12 minutes. I think as far as doing skirmishes too, I'm just going to break it down to whichever group of characters I'm running with. Like campaigns and things, I'll just run the skirmishes and stuff on them too. Instead of doing, a group of 4 doing campaigns and then running all of them through the skirmishes. Whoever's running, or whoever I'm running that day, just do stuff with them. Now I'll probably still run influence on them. Influence doesn't take that long. You don't have to wait in the queue either. Six-hour timer. Yeah, I got plenty. See if I can get everybody to 10, get everybody equal. I think like one more research. all the way down to the bottom. I don't know if it's just a bug or is it some kind of bot breakdown parameters or something. But the implication timer should be going off soon. Oh, there it is. I mean, it'd be more beneficial, quote unquote, to, you know, go through all of the active characters that do combat and things like that for Astro Diamonds, but as far as peace of mind goes, I mean, just running, you know, about 3 or 4 a day is just less, you know, self-inflicted stress, for lack of a better term. For higher amounts of AD, you gotta make sure you don't accidentally hit those. Oh, I should have moved them first, which I'll just go back in and do. Many a times, I've accidentally hit those. You know, one time I spent like 10,000 Astro Diamonds on something. You know, there was no need to getting upset, you know. If I would just, you know, slow it down, pay more attention. So, you know. Little errors like that, little mistakes like that, you know, make you better for later on. You know, I'd rather have been done, you know, done it back then than done it at a later time with something that costs more, like unified elements that take 4 days, hitting that accidentally. I hate to calculate or just, you know, look up and see how much it would be to rush that. You think 10,000 is bad? 4 days? It's probably a couple 100,000. Even if they had like an autofill option where it automatically fills it with the highest ones, I mean, that'd be decent too. starts putting those up, you're getting pretty damn close. On to the silver and yellow. Still got a lot of green and blue vitriol. So we're getting to the meat and potatoes now. I haven't even started farming the event, really. The Siege of Neverwinter for those vouchers. The last time I got over 300 something vouchers. Which might not seem like a lot depending on, who's thinking about it. But as far as the guild marks and the value of what you deposit into the thing, I mean it was well worth it. I mean you can pretty much get vouchers back to back as long as you're in there. There's some killing mobs. You get the blue ones, versus the common ones, the white ones that you usually get in like the stronghold and stuff like that. So that's like 2 rarities up, from common to uncommon to rare, which is blue. Update my spreadsheet. Set my 6-hour timer. Oh, I already got it set. If I traded over at least one of the epic profession people, pretty sure I can get it cheaper. I think it's like 243 is the lowest. I think around the 2-minute mark it goes to 243, and the amount to rush it doesn't go any lower. Something close to there. So if you're a player that rushes lower timer left on the professions, I think there's a certain point where it doesn't get cheaper. I think I had screenshots of it somewhere archived. I just have to dig through and find it. But there's a point where it doesn't matter if you rush it at like 2 minutes or like 5 seconds, it's still going to be the same amount. So if you're going to rush it, you might as well rush it at the highest time. He should be ready now. No. I know I gotta start getting some more. What's that orange juice? Yeah, aqua vitae. I'm gonna start going through that easy. Is he on research? Yeah, he's on research. Like, no to him. Is this some cold or something? He's on 10. Unless he's going to 11. Oh, he's doing experimentation already. Whew. I'm about to say, I don't know what's going on with that. Go ahead and get those into the inventory. Stack. Definitely do some influence today. You know, running more than 2 characters versus just running 2, it costs more of a time investment, but what you get out of it can be well worth it. You know, running 2 characters, you know, trying to get things like superior marks of potency and stuff like that, yeah, it can get kind of costly. You run more than 2 characters, you increase your chances of not having to buy all that high value and things like that. I mean, even with the VIP discount. I mean, it still adds up over time. But if you can get to the point where you're getting them out of places like Dread Ring for free, well, it takes like what, 5 minutes to run in Dread Ring? The little dungeon, lair or whatever they call it. And you run that 10 times a day, that's 10 chances to get them. Versus 2. You just got to get them up to that point. And what it is, it's the initial time investment that turns a lot of people off of it. Definitely gotta run some skirmishes or something on these upper 3. Haven't ran these guys in the past couple of days. Whew. Of the items that come out of those invocation bags, try to keep at least one so they stack on top of each other and I don't have to keep moving items around in the inventory. Now I'm moving them all over here to the vault because this is the smallest zone in the game pretty much, so it loads up the fastest. See, it took a couple seconds. Ooh, I can start saving up and buying epic profession people. See, back when I first started playing, I bought a lot of those epic people when they were real cheap. I guess people didn't know what they were for. But just about any game that has a profession system and an in-game market, yeah, those, or a crafting system, excuse me. That crafting system is going to be, you know, a big part of that game, or can be. So I seen the epic ones, and then I just spend all my actual diamonds getting them. And then as people started catching on to what was going on, that's when the price started going up. I think currently the most expensive ones on PS4 are the leadership ones. They're like 30K now. And the alchemy ones. Which, I mean, they're rightfully so. I mean, leadership, it gives you XP and refinement. So, it used to give Astral Diamonds, but, you know, people were just getting multiple characters and they were just farming the leadership and getting plenty of Astral Diamonds, and, you know, they cut that out. Of course, definitely. Let me see what rank 12 experimentation takes. I mean, research. Okay, my notes are correct. I was looking, I was like, it doesn't look right. Try to stay on top of this recruiter with the influence so it won't be getting wasted. Between every 6 and 7 hours, I try to go back to the stronghold. Keep it from maxing out. Ooh, I don't have a lot. I mean, I could transfer some Astral Diamonds, but I'm not going to do it. Wish I had a travel point to the vault. Or a VIP perk. Ding, 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 ding. Nah, there's no quest there. It's probably an old quest. Show you how quick it loads up. At least for this PS4. When they're in the vault. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi. I think about 2 seconds off. Now it's loading up fast. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Yeah, in 2 minutes, I don't even think I'd be on the third character yet. On a slower PS4. I realized yesterday when trying to export a Twitch video to YouTube, there's a 12-hour or 20 gigabyte maximum on files. And that video was 14 hours. Yeah, so I gotta go back and we're currently using YouTube to edit about 4 videos a piece, putting them together into like an hour-long clip. So, get that done, get that uploaded, and then delete them. Because it's like 50, 53, 56 parts, 15-minute clips, because you can upload it in 15-minute increments. So I did that, and then I'm going to put those 15-minute ones together to make hour-long clips. Well, like 58 minutes. But I'm still going to archive those 15-minute ones. And I just ordered a 6 terabyte Western Digital data center hard drive yesterday. Yeah. Because currently I'm running out of storage space. But I broadcast in, I think 320 or 360, 340p or something. so I can get more time out of, you know, smaller video files. And plus, I'm just showing that, you know, I'm playing with the controller, so it doesn't have to be all that great as far as quality. But I'm pretty sure some people will complain or deem it not fit for their viewing. But I mean, if you want to do it for me, I mean, that's fine. I'll broadcast everything in 720. But since that's not going to happen, I'll just stick with the low quality, smaller file size. Yeah, an 8-hour video is about 1.75 gigabytes versus, let's see, 2-hour 18-minute video, I think 720, 2.45 gigabytes. So I mean, there's a big difference. You know, 8 hours under 2, or 2 just a little bit over 2 gigabytes. So yeah, I'll stick with the low quality for now. Hopefully I can switch armor sets in here. Let me move that. Try to keep things neat and tidy. It helps. I don't think there's a campfire in here. Bow. Oh, let's go to Black Lake District. It still loads up pretty fast. A little while longer. Oh, I hate that. Let me go ahead and sell that. It used to be bugged to where you couldn't sell, items that were set to a loadout. But what it would do is, if it was like a stack or something, I think even single items that did it too, it would just randomly, seemingly just pick something out of your inventory and just sell it. So, I'm going through, I'm looking, I'm clicking it. The amount's not going down, but it was still giving me silver. And I'm like, okay. So I'm checking it, and I look, and I'm like, so I went to my buyback. You switch to the little tab and went to the buyback. And it started selling my refinement stuff. And Neverwinter gives you, crap value for even higher value things. A couple of silver for refinement. I was like, oh no. Well, they fixed it, so. I wonder how many people sold stuff and they don't even know what they sold. I try not to rush in anymore, because usually when I rush in at the beginning, he charges out of the way, so. They got it. He followed. Me of all people. I was busting on his master. Came in late, still is a pretty good DPS. It's like some people with higher item level, they just purposely do trashing. In some skirmishes. And some people do it. just like people, I don't know, it's not really a big problem. People do knockback moves. When they're in classes and they do AoE attack. Like freaking control wizard, that ice mess. It's like, really, we're gonna group the mobs up, then you just knock them back. Like, I can see if you're gonna finish them off with that move, but they open with it. See ya. Oh, top DPS versus a 10k. Well, he's a paladin, so. But paladins can do a lot of damage. That guy I was mentioning that had got permanently banned and then got switched to a 7-day ban. Yeah, he has a 100% crit build for his paladin. Yeah, he crits every hit. Every hit. And he has a lightning enchantment. That's a whole lot of damn DPS. Oh. Hello. What's that, MDJ3? Let's see if I get my Discord up. I can put my Discord link up if you want to chat. Just let me know. Quite well. Haha, why am I playing with gloves? I can grip the controller better. And it makes it easier to not tear up the thumb things. I'm gonna go donate that stuff. I'm tired of it. How are you doing today? You got a warrior, like a guardian fighter or a paladin. I think I got a guardian fighter, but I'm just gonna use them to get the class sigil. I pretty much just play with Hunter Rangers. Yeah, I think I got 13 Hunter Rangers, a cleric, and a guardian fighter. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna keep my hands in plain view so customer service has some more evidence to show that I'm not botting. They be like, yeah, for 2.5 seconds we couldn't see your hand, so Oh, invocation's ready. What? Okay. Oh, leadership's done. Come on, Energon. No. I'll be right back, people. I gotta get back situated. Alright. There we go. They just jumping around. You have to be mindful of it and catch it when it happens. I'm not even fooling with that other stuff.
I would have had to scroll too far down on that list. I'll check these encoding videos right quick. Hello, new viewers. This is gonna run some influence right quick. Excuse me. Put my controller back in full view so customer service won't have any excuses. do some stuff on the computer right quick. Go ahead and start the 60-minute invocation. I'm just going to invoke. Yeah, they would give me something I didn't have already. Oh. Did I not set that to the... Oh, I thought it bugged out. Oh, man. Experiment? Okay, gives you a potion. And sometimes it gets uncomfortable, you know, streaming every time you play just to prove to customer service that you're not breaking any damn rules. Yeah, since the accounts come off of suspension Wednesday, I know I've streamed over 24 hours worth of video. Everybody's on research. Yeah, I ordered a 6 terabyte Western Digital data center gold hard drive. Yeah. think it's going to replace 2 hard drives that I have currently. Currently there's a 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte hard drives. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, the 6 terabytes pretty much going to take care of the 2 smaller ones that are already in. And then probably another couple of weeks I'll get another one. So that'd be 12 terabytes. For video editing and things like that. May also look into upgrading the graphics cards, because I got what, 2 GeForce 9800s or something. Very, very, very old. But faster graphics cards render videos faster too, so I don't know, I'm gonna start pricing those guys, because those guys can get quite expensive. You know, I'm not going to spend, you know, $1,000 on a graphics card. I'm pretty much going to give a damn what it does as far as video rendering and things like that. Video rendering speed. That's a hell of a lot for a graphics card. And then I really don't do high-end gaming on the PC anyway, so you know, from time to time I still play World of Warcraft, so it wouldn't be beneficial for me to spend that much on the graphics card, I don't think. Now, it could perk my interest if rendering speed is cut down significantly. Like from 3 hours down to like 45 minutes or something. Then I might save up, and I don't know. I mean, because there's so many different ones out there, so many different price ranges. I'll just find the one that will give me more bang for the buck, depending on what size videos I'm going to be uploading. Because I mean, I'm broadcasting now, so you don't really have to edit those. But if I want to get, you know, swanky with it, it might be beneficial to look into rendering speeds and things like that. But as of now, I'm good. And basically, you know, if I can't prove to customer service that I'm not botting, even though I'm recording with my hands on the controller, you know, it wouldn't be worth it for me to get all that other shit anyway, so. One's account, one. Y'all are getting sold. Oh, y'all are getting sold too. Damn, I got space back there. Well, I didn't put everything back. I wish there was a way that you can just have items sitting somewhere and just pull a copy out onto your character. That way you don't have to keep moving everything around. Like they can just sit in your shared bank. But your other characters can just be like, hey, copy this to character. I mean, it's basically the same thing. You just don't have to keep moving everything. Let's set some videos to download. 11.7K versus 9.3K. See what's going on Reddit. The things I don't like about sites where other users can upvote and downvote things is people that downvote a post just to be doing it. It can be by anybody. It can be a user that they don't like, and now, if it didn't have an effect on the visibility, like on Reddit, enough people downvote your entry or whatever, or your post, fewer people will be able to see it. So, same thing on Craigslist. Somebody with multiple accounts, or they got a couple of buddies, and you post something for sale, and you're competition for them. They can basically vote to have your post removed, and there's pretty much nothing you can do about it. Because enough flags on your post, and it's automatically removed. Whether it's violating terms or rules or whatnot, regardless of that. And then you can see the people that post multiple times per day, their posts stay up. And then other people, who post probably like once a day or something, their posts get removed for the most part, a lot of the time. If you're in an area where people are doing that. There were some years back, used to offer, computer repair services and things like that. And there were a couple of other people doing it. And, they were charging more. their posts didn't look professional, things like that. And, I had a hard time, keeping my post up, because every time I would post, they get gone, and then you see the new post pop up, other people posting the same type of thing. But, over time, I just stuck with it. And over time, it wasn't, it died down. It wasn't as bad. But yeah, when you give people that internet power, it's like some people, they just take it and run with it. They go around thinking they're supreme and all this other kind of stuff just because they downvote somebody or they feel like they got some kind of power over something. It's kind of silly. Or the people that, they're like internet badasses, or they think they're internet badasses. And I think to myself sometimes, what are those people like in real life? The people that's arguing with people over the internet and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, what do they do in real life? Because I'm pretty sure if there was like an open debate and people, like on the forums, if the forum system was like a community system, like a local one, I doubt that it'd be that many people, coming out there cutting up and doing all that, carrying on and stuff like that. Because over the internet, people, they get that safety net. It's over the internet, they feel safe, so they feel like they can, pretty much do what they want to do. They feel untouchable, and that's what promotes, a lot of people to act the way they do and behave the way they do over the internet. Because it's pretty much it's safe. You can pretty much say what you want to say, type what you want to type to people. And what could they do? What could they really do? Like try to come find you or something? But you just have to know how to deal with those kind of people. What was I about to do? People that get upset over what people post on the internet, I have words for those people. Like, just chill out. It's nothing worth, getting stressed out over or whatnot. Even with these bans on this account, I wasn't upset about it to the point where, I'm going to be kicking and screaming and fussing and cussing. But, that's why I went out and bought the PS4 camera to record my hands on the controller. So now if it gets banned again, even though I'm doing this, it's going to be a different course of action that have to be taken down. Because, clearly customer service for Neverwinter, they don't investigate accounts. They just look at them and say, hey, it looks like it's doing this, so we're going to take this action or whatnot. So, which sucks. I had a friend, I was saying it earlier as well, his account got permanently banned because he was selling things on the in-game trade house. Now, I'm not talking about, low value things for high amounts of Astro Diamonds. I'm talking about like rank 12 enchantments, because he was basically switching over his enchantments on his Paladin, because he was going to a 100% crit build, straight DPS Paladin. And customer service, they said his account was doing a lot of suspicious activity, so they banned it permanently. So what he did was he sent them the screenshots of all the Zenin things that he bought to get the Astro Diamonds to do some, to buy some other things that he was trying to get. And they said, okay, well, we're just going to temporarily suspend your account for 7 days. He just gave you proof, and then you still suspend them. So, yeah, they got some quirks they need to work out. Especially when it comes to quote-unquote botting on the PS4. It's like, really? They stated that this account was botting throughout July, every single day, 12 to 20 hours per day, logged into the game and botting, which is not true. the account wasn't even logged on every day in July. Because at the beginning of July, I was on vacation with family for a family reunion. And even though I did take the PS4 with me, you know, I didn't have that much time to play. I remember one day we left around like 9 a.m., came back around, I'm gonna say like 4. I played for less than an hour, and then went out for the rest of the night and came back 3 o'clock in the morning. So you know, that day for sure, the PS4 wasn't even online an hour. But you know, customer service making some false statements and things like that. So I'm just trying to build my case up against them to get those 2 strikes taken off their account and get reimbursed for the 10 days it was offline. The events missed and things like that. Hopefully I can get some compensation for all that stuff. But what else was I about to do? Let me see. Let me check my timers. Probably do a potion roundup. I mean, the funny thing about it, my PSN friend, when customer service looks at your account, they can pretty much look at, your account history, purchase history, all that stuff, right there from where they are. And I mean, they didn't even investigate. If they would have looked and saw that he was buying Zen and converting it and, and getting the things that he wanted, I mean, they would have saw what was going on. And the other thing is, when you put in tickets and things like that, there's so many different GMs going over those tickets. It's like they don't put notes in to be like, hey, I checked this out, this was okay, this seemed like this or whatever. It's like every new GM that looks at a ticket, they're looking at it from the beginning. Ooh, he can go to 11. Set a timer for 7 hours and 8 minutes. Just to be on the safe side. I don't know. You would think with MMOs, they'd have a good customer service system. Or a pretty decent one. Like I mentioned before, I mean, it might look like botting on their end if they're just looking at it. I'm pretty sure like every time you do something on your account, it tracks or logs it some kind of way, probably like, professional. I mean, I don't know how it looks on their end, but if they're just looking at entries, I mean, it might, it probably does look like botting on their end. But at the same time, if it looks like that, they should investigate it with a human being and not just looking at logs, because I mean, logs will lie to you. I mean, as you can see, I'm flipping through characters, doing profession, scrolling through, invoking, things like that. Pretty fast paced for the most part. So, I mean, at some point in time, you need a human being to go in and investigate things. Because sometimes computers make mistakes. Not necessarily the computer making a mistake, but a human being checking behind it. If it looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, might be a duck. Keyword might. I can't even log out. I mean, you can see I'm going to change character. It's not changing character. I don't know if it's lagging out or... Look, I canceled that. But I can't change characters. It's probably customer service looking to my account. I mean, as you can see, I'm clearly going to change character. Clearly was going to change character multiple times. How can I handle this? I don't know how I'm going to handle this. I don't want to log out. I definitely don't want to do that. I want my account to stay open. I don't want to log out. I will log out. Ooh, it won't even let me log out. Confirming. This is funny. I don't want to break the broadcast. Oh, you'll let me travel, but it won't let me leave the damn game. Can I do it from here? Now that was weird. That was very, very weird. Wouldn't let me change characters, wouldn't let me log out. And I got it on broadcast too, so. That really y'all freezing my account? Still think I'm botting or something? Archiving videos right quick. I'm trying to keep hold of every bit of evidence I can. No, go to AFK a sec. Oh boy. Well, hands off the controller for a second. Matter of fact, I'm gonna stop this broadcast and I shall return later, in a bit, in a few, something.